Hello, my name is Navigator. In today's quick review, we're going to be going over the Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Daredevil action figure. I recently picked up the Punisher and reviewed that on the channel from the Marvel Legends Born Again series, and I was like, you know what, I got to get Daredevil to go with him. And I've been noticing recently, and like over the past year, that Daredevil figures are really expensive. People love Daredevil. So whenever a figure comes out, they'll be out. They might even be a peg warmer like this one, but eventually they will go up in price. So leads me to the next part. Going over the box here. Here is the box. At the top here, you can see that I did get this guy on clearance. I got the Punisher for 10, and the Daredevil was 25. So you can really see there is a bit of a difference. So I was like, maybe I can see if I can wait for it to go down to 10. But this was the only Daredevil figure that I had in my area at all. So I was like, beggars can't be choosers, and who knows, this might explode. To further lend credence to my theory, the previous Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, I almost said Charlie Kirk, but Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, Marvel Legends figure is actually fairly rare nowadays, and I actually used to have it, and I sold it. Should have done that. But with all that out of the way, let's get into the figure. So you saw the box. A quick look at the back here. There's a little write-up of who Matt Murdock is, and this really cool little drawing of him. I love that there. And now we can get into the figure, starting with the figure itself. At the bottom here, and there's a lot of detail on this guy. On the bottom here, you can see he's just got these pretty traditional, like, black boots, almost like black combat boots. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Maybe if I bring it out a little bit, that'll help. Sorry, I think it's the lighting here. Maybe if I stand back today. Let's see. All right, so he's got these black boots down here at the bottom with, like, a lot of padding and kick pads and this and that. Double-jointed knees. The shins are a little small. I feel like his legs are a little small, but that's okay. But yeah, so he's got double-jointed knees there, and it's actually, once you kind of get it out of there, it's very buttery. A nice buttery feel there. So I do love that, some nice knee pads. Moving up the legs here, it's kind of got this like leather, almost like Kevlar look to it. On the left hip, there are some little holsters there for his, I don't even know what you call them, the batons, let's call them. And we'll take a look at those in a second. He's got a nice little belt there as well. On the arms here, you can see not a whole lot going on. He's got some gauntlets there, some red, some gray, some black, and they're all kind of tied up and laced up. Moving to the arms, you can see some nice elements of black and red. He does have butterfly joints. Sorry, I broke my nail earlier today. It's kind of beat up, but butterfly shoulders and elbows, whatever you want to call it there. And then finally, let's see if we can do it typically. This awesome Charlie Cox head sculpt. And I like the 5 o'clock shadow. I think it's really nicely detailed. It looks just like it, even though it's only the face. But still, that is really sweet. I love how that looks. And I apologize, guys. My camera is a little bit more blurry than usual today. Sometimes that happens, but there we have the figure. All right, so some of the accessories, like I said, we do have those batons right here, and sorry about my little injury there, folks, but these batons are very nicely detailed. There's some like stippling on there, and then little plugs in the top for the rope accessory. So the whole thing is, they can function as two separate weapons, but then they can split apart, and there's this little rope in between them, and that's another accessory that comes here, like a little rope for between the batons. And if we were to plug these in on either end, that's what we're working with. So the idea is that he's holding it in this hand and then like kind of throwing the other one. So you can kind of have him like mid-throw with it, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then finally here, some extra hands. The hands that he came equipped with are those kind of holding hands, Lego man hands, as I like to call them. But we also have one extra fisted hand and one extra open hand. Probably the throwing hand, if you catch my drift. But there we have it. So I'm going to end it there. My camera's being a little tricky today, as you can see, so I don't want to be going on too much longer. But once again, a review of the Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Daredevil figure. These should be available at your Walmarts. They have been for months now, but they may even be going on clearance, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.